It's a cold one this morning. Do you see all that vapors? Welcome to another episode of Documenting My Life. I'm not too sure how this video is going to pan out because I'm not feeling 100%. Barry's been sick at home for the past few days. He actually tested positive to COVID, and we've been doing our best to sort of separate and stay away from each other. But of course, living in the same house, there's highly likely chances that I might get sick too. Until yesterday evening, I was perfectly fine, but last night I started having itchy throat, like scratchy throat, and it's so annoying. I did fall asleep at like 9 o'clock until like 10:30. I had amazing sleep. I had deep sleep, but then I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. Whiskey! Sorry about that. I had to quickly run to Whiskey because he was trying to eat something. As I was saying, I couldn't go back to sleep after that. I woke up at 10:30 and like it was like 12:15 where I forced myself. I'm like, okay, I put some headphones on and put on some frequency music, and I can remember it took a while for me to actually fall asleep even then. And then I woke up at 5 o'clock. My usual wake up time, like natural wake up time, is like 5:45, 6:15, but I woke up early, so I've hardly slept, and I can definitely feel that I'm catching something. I hope I don't. So I'm not sure how this video is going to pan out. It all depends how I'm feeling. I did really want to pick up the camera today. Initially, I thought I'm not going to vlog today. I'll probably do it some other day until I feel 100%. But I really wanted to document this. I woke up this morning and I felt called to journaling. Now, journaling is something that has been a huge companion for me the entire journey over the last 3 years. I used to journal before that too, but the past 3 years, it it has been a huge companion, help, support, just reflecting and talking out loud, and sort of like a way of receiving downloads, receiving insights and whatnot. But for the past few months, it's not been sort of like a key component, a key part of my day to day. But this morning, I really felt like journaling again. And the biggest initiation for me to pick up my journal was this desire to really have a community. A community. I'm someone who's loved being on my own, being in my own energy. I love my alone time. Honestly, that's like the biggest asset that we have, is the ability to be with ourselves. It's the most powerful thing we can do, especially over the last 3 years, because everything sort of like fell away from my life, like my career that obviously brought a sense of community because I had clients, and it would sort of like push me to go out, and that would instigate random conversations. But over the last 3 years, I had no urge of that, but now I'm feeling this sense of desire to have a community of like-minded people. I'm really craving that, having a community that I can talk just like this and they resonate with me. They can share their own journey with me, so that I know there is so much power in community too. And I have always steered away from groups and friendships, like deep friendships, just because it just never worked out for me. Just because I have been very different from the people I have come in contact with over the course of my life. But now that I know more of who I am, my true self, I feel like I'm able to magnetize and receive the right people in my life now. And that would be something that'll be really fulfilling for me now, as opposed to in the past, where um, the relationships, as in like friendships and just companionship, sisterhood. Again, I'm being hesitant even saying those words because I have always steered away from it, because I had almost like given up, or like people, I cannot find people that resonate with me. I'm not gonna lie, like when I really stepped into my passion of personal training and coaching and being of service to people, I definitely did attract people who connected with me, who resonated with me, and that meant really great relationships and conversations. And I'm kind of starting to want that again, which is beautiful, but I just don't know how. Again, how is something that we can't never figure out. So what I usually do is I just put it out in the universe. I just speak to my higher self. Like uh, one of the ways I do it is, like, obviously one thing is talking out loud. So even on a walk before getting here, on the way, I was just talking out loud this desire that I have. Or I usually journal. That's also one way, another way of communicating, and just putting it out in my field that this is what I'm desiring. And I know somehow I will receive the answers, I will receive the guidance as to what I need to do or do not need to do in order to start creating that community and start calling those people into my life. And another thing that really came up, and I feel would be is a great compliment to this desire of having a community, is the fact that that part of me that was dormant for the last few years, that part of me that wanted to be of service, share my journey and share my knowledge, my wisdom, that part of me is awakening again. So I think both of those sort of go hand in hand. The more I start sharing my own journey, the more I start speaking up, the more likely I will call in my people, my soul tribe. But in saying that, my biggest block right now, I wouldn't say block, I think it's just because that side of me is awakening, it's just going to take time for things to become clear and for me to gain clarity on what am I supposed to be sharing exactly. Yeah, at this moment, I have no idea. In that sense, in that perspective, I feel very lost. And I think that's because this journey has been so long. It has been almost 3 years, and there are so many rebirths that I've gone through. So that means deaths of old versions of me, and then rebirth, like births of newer versions of me over and over and over again. I just don't know where I'm meeting people at. Like, at what point in their life I can be the biggest support and be of service the most in their lives. Because I've experienced this huge spectrum of whiskey, because I have experienced so much and a huge spectrum of this journey of remembering myself and coming back to my truth, I I just don't know where to even begin and what aspect of it could be useful to my future soul tribe, be of benefit, be of service to my future soul tribe, to my soul family. So that's another thing that I have put out, and I'm just going to wait to receive answers and guidance on that and see where that takes us. But it's really exciting because I really enjoyed being in that role of sharing my experiences and being of service to other people and coaching other people. And I don't even know if I want to be a coach, if this journey is taking me towards being a coach, or perhaps something else, something completely new. um, I have no particular expectations or any attachments per se. um, but yeah, but I do believe that all of us, each and every one of us, we hold a key, a set of codes, or you could say that we are a piece of the puzzle, of this entire puzzle, which is the universe, which is our collective. So I am one of the pieces of the puzzle. I just got to figure out what that entails so that I can fully tap into that and commit myself to that and be of service and make as much impact as possible and play the role that I'm here to play in a bigger sense, in the bigger collective's perspective. So we'll see how that goes and where this journey takes us. Whiskey, there's this part left. It's like 12:30 in the afternoon. Not feeling good, and I tested positive to COVID too. Don't have extreme symptoms like Barry's experiencing right now, but definitely giving my body the rest because I don't want to make it worse. Fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. But I realized that whiskey was really bored because usually we go out for a walk, come back, and we go out for a walk in the morning, come back, and then he takes a nap and he wakes up and he looks forward to a little play session with me. But I also took a long nap because I felt like resting. So I'm just gonna have a quick playtime with him so he doesn't feel left out. Because of course Barry's not able to give him attention either. He's a little bit isolated in the bedroom, and yeah. The good thing is, since I'm tested positive too now, I can be close to Barry now. For 2 days we've stayed separate. And we miss cuddling and taking a nap together, or well, he doesn't take a nap, or going to bed together at night. So at least now I can join him. We don't have to stay separate. So let's play with whiskey now. By the way, don't mind my outfit. I'm just wearing whatever can keep me warm in this moment. I'm wearing gumboots, I'm wearing robe with a hoodie on. So yeah, let's just play. Drop it, drop it. cherries from the grass. Yes, Papa. Yes. Oh. During my nap earlier, I received clarity message. You can say that's what usually happens when I when I'm sleeping. Is I know for a fact that things seem to fall apart. Everything seemed to go into chaos before a major shift is about to happen, about before something massive is about to manifest, before a part of our inner world is about to be reflected out into the 3D world. So yes, the current situation definitely set me in panic because it's something major. It's like one of the biggest scares us living in this society, in this matrix, is that we need finances, we need money. But a part of my journey has been about to break free from it. Not saying that I won't need money, that I don't need money, but it's more like trusting that I will always be taken care of. I will be provided all the resources that I need to live my life to the fullest. All the resources will be provided, and that includes money as well. But all of these beliefs and this core knowing sort of like went out the window when this reality sudden struck, and that set me into panic that clearly I was doing something wrong. Clearly, all the beliefs and things that I have worked on are not serving me, and it's something that I was just creating an illusion of. I was being completely delusional. Mind you, like being on this path, if you really want to break free and break free from the matrix, break free from the 3D world, and really align yourself with your core self, your true self, you have to be delusional. A huge part of the journey is that you have to be delusional. But when this panic set in, everything sort of like went out the window. And now that I've given myself time and I'm giving myself the space to sort of like realign, because that true self is always there. It's always there. Mind makes us believe that we have steered off path, or it doesn't exist, or we need to do more work to connect with our essence. But in reality, it's always there. So the more I'm giving myself the space to connect back, I'm able to breathe, and I'm really able to tap into that coherence of my true self, which knows for a fact that I'll always be taken care of. Everything happens for a reason. Everything unfolds in life for a reason. And this situation, as I mentioned in, I think the first, no, I think I mentioned in the previous video, 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, we'll be looking back and we're like, what the hell were we stressing about? It's just sort of like a realignment. Not even a realignment, it's more like alignment with my true self. And things need to shake up in the 3D for that new reality to come in so that I can receive that. So with time, I'm able to sort of again find my center, find that power within myself, find my true self and my knowing, and really tap into that. With time, I'm able to do that, and then the panic is slowly going away and more clarity is coming. But like, it's simple. It's very simple. A lot of the times we end up taking actions out of desperation, out of fear, out of feeling scared about something in the reality, and we try to control and try to change the situation so that we don't have to deal with that uncomfortable feeling. But the solution, not that there's anything wrong, but for lack of better word, the solution to the situation is in stillness. You have to give it some time and be okay with sitting with that discomfort. And that is when you start receiving clarity. You'll start receiving pieces and codes and keys to where you're able to build something and create something and create the reality that you desire. This is like the basics of manifestation. And when you're manifesting at this level where so much of your reality is not aligned to your true self, massive chaotic things are meant to happen so that the old can fall away and then space for new can be created. And this is exactly where we are. We are in that process of rebirth. We are in the process of creation, and we just need to embrace that and trust that we're always guided and that we are never alone and we are constantly being communicated with. We just have to allow and make space for that communication to come through to us rather than sitting in that chaos, and wanting to change the situation right away by taking rushed actions, misaligned actions. So yeah, first comes the chaos. Be comfortable with the chaos. Be comfortable with those uncomfortable feelings, that scary feeling, that massive fear. Be okay, sit with that. Sorry, I just gotta show you this. What are you doing, Baba? What are you doing? Are you chilling? Are you trying to dig there? Diggy diggy karta chi? Booba dikha. Booba. मिट्टी 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 है की करदा छी डिगी डिगी करदा छी डिगी डिगी करदा छी Popos. So the moral of the story is all the work that I have done, and I thought when this panic set in that all that work has been useless, and have I even grown, have I even freed myself from anything since I am sitting in that kind of fear again. The reality is that all of that work is helping me now and serving me now in this moment, in this situation. It's almost like I was in the preparation phase. And of course, when this sort of reality hit, it's not easy to take. I'm just human. We are just human. And we need to accept that things get scary. And our first response is to run away from it or try to change that situation so we don't have to sit in that discomfort, in that pain. But all of that work, and for instance, knowing that breathe, be okay with it, this too shall pass, and that I will be shown what I'm supposed to do next, I will be receiving clarity, that was all for nothing. I had the tools and skills to sit through this phase. And of course, this phase is not over, it's just a journey. It's not a destination we are trying to reach to, but this is a huge win in terms of being able to see that perspective and actually experiencing a difficult situation like this and seeing yourself deal with it with as much grace and love as possible. Of course, it's important to express your tantrums, your frustration to the universe as well when the situation hit me. And even now, there are moments when I'm just like, sure, you were preparing me for this. Sure, I was put on this path to do all that work and prepare myself for situations like this. Like, one of my biggest intention on this journey had been that I want to become so okay and peaceful within myself that no matter what's happening in my exterior, in my external reality, I am okay, I'm at peace. And I know this is sort of like, lack of better word, like a test that I had been put through. But I can be frustrated about it too. And I have been very vocal about it and expressing it and putting it out there that I'm not happy with the situation. I'm not happy. Like, it's bloody painful and it's bloody frustrating. That's also part of the journey. That's also part of the process of acceptance. Like, you need to show your human self as well. You need to embrace your human self as well. You can't negate that and just be all love and light. True love and light is embracing our humanness. And I sure did. I expressed my worst fears. I expressed my panic. I expressed my anger. I expressed my frustration. And after that, things are back in flow. They always were. Our mind makes us think that things are not in flow. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna wrap this video here because your girl just needs to rest now. I just gotta rest, and hopefully I'm feeling better in the next one, and I will catch you then. Mwah.